We live?
Yes.
Can we get an audio check? Somebody can hear me? Please type out, yes, we can hear you. Thank you very much.
There's nobody on yet.
Huh?
There's nobody on yet.
Well, we know we got at least 2 watches. It's pretty late, so we may not have a lot of viewers. We'll watch it tomorrow, but as long as we get one person saying, yes, we can hear you, we'll start.
Your mom says hello.
You have
Hi,
6 right now.
Huh?
6.
Somebody type out, yes, we can hear you if you can hear me.
Cheryl can hear you.
Huh?
Cheryl can hear you.
Okay. All right, people, we're going to go ahead and get this started. I want to welcome you to this special Saturday Night Live edition of the Troy Show, Fireside edition. Hope you have your warm, toasty beverage with you. Settle in nice and cozy with me, and we're going to get ready. First off, I want to start out by telling you people, you want to watch the whole video all the way to the end until I get up out of this chair. Why? Because there's a 50-50 chance that I break this chair while I'm sitting in it. That's all. I'm just telling you. Yes, it's metal. Yes, it's rebar. But I already broke one. It was loud and funny, right?
It was funny.
It hurt too. But I need to stop joking because what I have to tell you all is very, very serious. Last night, during the 12th live episode of the Troy Show, my family and I...
Angie said...
Huh?
Angie said, don't break it. I love that rocker. Sorry.
Thanks for your concern about my well-being, Angie. I won't break your chair, your favorite chair, while you're over here. If I do, I'll replace it. So last night during the live airing of the 12th episode of the Troy Show, my family and I, and everyone in this backyard, we were victims to a dangerous and even potentially deadly act of violence and rage perpetrated by Paul Mendance, the father of Shanae Selly, owner of the dance company, dance studio in Mineola, Florida. The same studio that's being called out by us for abuse and neglect of children, whose husband left 6 foster children in a running vehicle unattended long enough for Claremont PD to respond and to charge him with child neglect. The same household where a child had a toe amputated, the same studio where we have proof of sexual assault from child to child, covered up by the owner and her family. The same studio where we had a former student come on live and tell her story of physical abuse at the hands of Shanae and her family. The same studio where we've had now over 40 families reach out to us and tell us their stories of abuse, both mental and physical. Some of you saw a portion of what happened live. But I felt it important. I didn't feel like I could go to sleep without telling the good people of Lake County the potential dangerous situation that we have in our county with the Mendance family and their violent tendencies and rage. See, at approximately 9, what time was it?
9:06.
At approximately 9:06, is that what time the security cameras
Yep.
caught it? We reviewed this many times already on our security surveillance system. We've got it from 3 different angles. We're going to try to bring that to you guys next week, although it's a little bit grainy. We're going to try to get somebody to work on it, but you can see it. So approximately 9:06 last night, again, our family and everyone in this backyard was the victim of a very dangerous and potentially deadly act of violence from Paul Mendance. Shortly after 9:06, Paul Mendance, approaching from the south on Osceola Street, approaching from the east on Osceola Street, turned south onto 11th Street. As he approached our house, he began to slow down and then stop directly in front of our house. Now, we've measured that, and it's exactly, what did we say, 36 feet?
64 feet.
64 feet. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. So he was 64 feet away from us when he perpetrated a drive-by. A drive-by horn honking and a drive-by
It wasn't even a horn, it was an
air horn honking and a drive-by shouting of vulgar profanities. It was terrifying. We all feared for our lives. I honestly thought for a moment that I might die of laughter. You think it's funny? It's not funny. This is a very serious safety announcement. People have died from laughter. Okay? He pulled up in front of the house, and some other dude with a haircut looked similar to Susan's, but some other dude in the car blew an air horn as Paul shouted out the window, "Fuck you, you fat bastard." Well, it was more like, "Fuck you, you fat bastard!"
It wasn't fat bastard. Fat
What?
fuck.
Oh, fat
No.
fuck.
No, it was fat ass bastard.
Fat ass bastard. Fuck you, you fat ass bastard! Right, with that New England accent. I'm not even going to say New England. I'm just going to say it's that Rhode Island accent, the one that just screams, "I'm an idiot." Right, that accent. Right, he did it from his car. So now he knew children were here, right? And he has no business over here on this street. This is a residential street. It's got 3 houses on it. He was here deliberately and maliciously. That's a violent temper tantrum, right? That's a violent temper tantrum.
rage burst.
What I'm being told from my reconnaissance agents is that when Paul got home, he didn't even go take all the mirrors in his house down, which I don't know how that's even legal. I'm going to reach out to Congress and ask if there's something that can be done about it, because Brian and I reviewed the Man Code book last night, and Article 2, Section 3, subparagraph 4 states that if your vagina is bigger than your wife's, you have to take your mirrors down in your house so you can't look at yourself in the mirrors. Well, clearly his is, because he was 64 feet. 64 feet from me. Came by, called me a fat bastard, blew an air horn, and drove away. As a matter of fact, I chased him halfway down the street. And that was pretty fast for a fat bastard, right? Didn't even stop the stop sign. He blew right through it, putting the good people of Claremont in danger. He just blew the stop sign, and we have multiple witnesses to that, right? A good friend of mine and a grandparent of the studio was kind enough to make a, I guess you call it a meme out of it. and it's hilarious. I'm going to post that as soon as we're done with this, and thank you very much, sir. So yeah, you know, for 12 weeks I've been telling him, come by my house, say something to me, right? Let's talk about this. Just come by the house and say something. I didn't think he was going to take it quite so damn literally, right? Come by the house and say something. You fat bastard! Right? Paul Mendez admitted to everybody last night, live on the Troy Show, that he's a chicken shit coward. But sometimes chicken shit cowards, they get this feeling of they have to do something, but they're so chicken shit they can't do anything like a man would. So then they actually do commit chicken shit cowardice, violent crimes. So people, I think we need to be very concerned about Paul and the Mendez family and their mental stability. You see, they've been accusing me for months and months now of hiding behind this camera, and I tried to tell them I'm not hiding. Everybody knows where I live. This is my address. Hell, I even got suspended from Facebook for putting my address out there and telling them, and I'm outside doing it, right? And here he was, 64 feet from me, never even stopped the vehicle fully. He paused it for a few minutes, but never took his foot off the brake, never got out, never confronted me, and drove by as they honked their little $5 air horn and yelled, "Fuck you, you fat bastard, you fat fucking bastard," right? Yeah. That was a manly maneuver there, Paul. Shame on you. Shame on you. That's ridiculous. Now, there is a point behind this. See, I was going to make this post, but then I thought, nope, nobody's going to read this novel, so I'm going to do this short video, and we're almost done, so bear with me. My new coffee cup that Paige Troy and Tracy got me. It's Dabbing Santa. Right, I love it. They also got me some new Christmas shot glasses. I'm going to be showing you guys those Friday. So here's the point behind all of this. I've received many messages. I say many, it's not like a shitload, but I've received at least 11 messages and one phone call from people. And they all have the same subject matter. I chose one of those messages to read out loud today, only because I love the opening sentence. I think it's hilarious, but then it brings the situation, it brings it to light. And I'm going to go ahead and read that to you now. This is from a grandparent. It says, "Troy, I started watching your show last night, but I fell asleep." Well, hopefully next time I'm more entertaining, but thank you for your honesty. "Troy, I started watching your show last night, but I fell asleep. Finished it this morning." Now, here's the important part, and this is what all the other messages and the phone call revolve around, right? He says, whenever you bring up truths about them and tell what they have done, their only response is to try and disrupt you, hoping that tactic will work. You have them afraid. Keep showing everyone what pieces of garbage they really are, and don't let them sidetrack you from telling facts about them and their practices. To you and your family, Merry Christmas, he says. So I responded, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And yes, I fell for their bullshit again. Hook, line, and sinker. So what they did last night, their act of cowardness, was a success. They wanted me to not tell what my sister-in-law Cheryl wanted me to tell and shared with us about what Paul, Susan, and Shanae said about Kelly Bates when Kelly and her daughter were unable to attend a dance competition a couple of years ago. They also didn't want me to tell you what they said about Rebecca. They didn't want me to tell you what some of the other dance moms had said about everyone else. So they timed it perfectly. See, we knew they were watching. They were commenting some of their dumb bullshit, right? Commenting about how shitty I sing. First off, you retarded bitch, if you think my songs are meant to be good, that's part of your problem. You're just, right? Y'all all ride on the short yellow bus. The short yellow bus. Yeah, the short yellow bus. Right?
New song for you.
Yeah, I just came up with that. I'll do one on it. These songs are meant to entertain your victims. And it works. But they're also meant to piss y'all off. And it works. So who cares what I sound like, right? So they were watching and they timed it perfectly. So that just as I was about to start reading the messages from Cheryl about what Susan and Shanae and Paul had said about Kelly, they pulled up, blew their little air horn, and called me a fat bastard. Right? Thank you, Captain Obvious. Right? It's like me saying you're a short, bald-headed bastard. It's true. I'm a fat bastard, and you're a short, fat, bald-headed bastard. So, but they did it to distract, and mission accomplished. Because it wasn't until after the second half had ended that it was brought to my attention. You didn't get the message out. They won. They did. They won last night. The first time in a long time in the Mendez family history that they've won. It's not going to happen again.
Legally, at least.
It's not going to happen again. Trust me. I want y'all to come by again. I do. I want to spend some quality time with you. I was excited last night. All I was trying to do was come out and shake your hand and tell you I've missed you. Right? Maybe rekindle an old friendship. That's all I wanted to do, and you sped away. As if I was Charles Manson or, I don't know, maybe, John Tucker, the axe murderer, chasing you. I was just trying to shake your hand and say, hey, how's it going? I've missed you. When are you going to make some more meatballs? And they drove away like I was an axe murderer. That's crazy. It's rude is what it is. You look at me and they think, oh, that guy doesn't have any feelings or emotions. That's wrong. I have feelings and emotions. You hurt my feelings last night speeding away like that. I mean, shit. I understand fear, but push past that fear and let's shake hands and sit down and talk. So I want you to come on back. But this time, pull up, announce yourself and say, hey, Troy, I'm here. I'm going to come in the backyard and talk to you about it. And we'll open the gate for you and you can come in. Other than that, you're not going to sidetrack me or distract me. Right? So, we are going to... See, this could have been over with. I could have pulled that Band-Aid quick. And it would be over with. But now they've drugged this Band-Aid pulling off another week. Right? So next Friday, we're going to have to start from the beginning and revisit the whole Rebecca and Kelly thing. That's right. Because you're not going to stop me. Like Tupac said, the only way to change me is maybe blow my brains out. That's it. Right? So the next time you come driving past my house, dragging your ass across the concrete like you were a dog trying to get a turd off, remember that. Stop. Come through the gate. Sit down. Let's talk. You're not going to distract me again. That Band-Aid could have been pulled off fast, but it wasn't. All right? So, now that everybody knows you're a gigantic chicken shit that commits drive-by,
Air horn honking.
insulting. All right? maybe change everybody's opinion and come in and talk to me. But until that moment, just know this. You're not going to stop me from getting my message out. You're not going to stop me from telling everybody what I know. You're not going to stop people from watching. I don't care what you say about me. I'm not a snowflake. I couldn't care less. Makes no difference. I don't care what you yell at me through your car window. Doesn't make you a man. But it does make you a thief. You stole the message last night. And you stole the opportunity for me to shake your hand. All right? I was looking forward to that moment. And you stole that from me. So you should at least return that. And then I'll put my message out next Friday. So folks, until next Friday, I want you to remember that I love you. I always love you. I'll always be here for you. Come join me by the fire. Have a cup of coffee or a shot, whatever you want. And I'll see you next Friday. Good night.